Hello, this is CraftyRia. Thanks for tuning in to this video. Today I'm going to recycle some Christmas cards again. I found some stuff laying around on my desk and I thought I would go ahead and use those. I had these scraps from a card that I worked on the other day, and then I found these scraps. Someone had cut them out already of a Christmas card and sent them to me with their recycled Christmas card. So I thought I would go ahead and use up these images. As you can see, they were part of a card. I went ahead and used my paper trimmer and squared them up since they were a little wonky. They were cut with scissors, but I'm going to go ahead and use those. I have 2 card bases. I picked out some coordinating ribbon out of my ribbon stash. I have a piece of this red construction paper that I got up at Hollow's Paper Craft. There's another video about that if you want to know about that. And then I picked out some of these Christmas stickers that I got on Scrapbook Deals, and there's a video about that as well if you want to see my whole haul. So I have all that kind of good stuff, and I want to show you one thing that I got yesterday. We were out and about and traveling around, had a little scenic tour of the Ohio River, and on our way home we stopped in Washington Courthouse to try to find a place to eat dinner. We were really hungry. It's about 45 minutes from here. So as we're driving down the road, we pass, first of all, we pass an Ohio thrift, and Todd, my husband's like, oh, look, they have an Ohio thrift. And I thought, oh, cool, that's really neat. And then about a block later, there was a Pat Catan's. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Pat Catan's. It is a craft store. They were bought out by Michael's, and Michael's is closing all of those stores, which is unfortunate. I have never been to a Pat Catan's, and I've been wanting to go for such a long time. So I begged Todd to let me go look. They were having a store closing sale, and the sign said on the front 40 to 80% off everything inside. So he waited in the car, and we were both so hungry, so I did not stay very long at all in the store. I want to go back and like clear out the shelves. Anyway, they had these boxes. It says 200 flat cards and envelopes. Now, mind you, I was hungry. I didn't pay attention to the word flat cards. I wouldn't have even known what a flat card was. But I just saw these boxes, and you know me, I'm recycle cards. I'm like, oh yeah, I wonder how much these are. There was no price on them, and I took one package up to the front, and I asked the lady how much they were, and they rang up as $9.99. She says, but if you buy 3, you get 12 free. I'm not making this up. Buy 3, get 12 free. And I said, so I can get 15 of these for $30? And she's like, yeah. Well, that was a no-brainer. I took my cart. I went back. They only had 13. They didn't have 15. I cleared them out. They had no more in the back or anything. I cleared them out. So she said, well, I can get 2 things of lesser value for free. So I picked 2 sets of die cuts. Let me reach over here and grab them. I already opened them. I got these 2 sets of dies for free. So I got 13 of these and 2 of these for $30. And what's really cool about these dies, the inside has a magnet. So it holds them to the front, which is the way I store my dies anyway. So this is perfect. I want to go back and like really, really shop and probably clear them out of all of their dies. And they had some nice markers, and I want to clear out the store, but I haven't gone back today. I was really good. I thought I would go back. It's 45 minutes though, one way. But if I had more time to look and more thinking, I probably would have gotten every single die set that they had, because they were buy 3, get 12 free. Not everything in the store, just certain things. So, oh yeah, I'm all over that. So anyway, I got the cards home and I opened them up, and what they mean by flat cards is it's just a piece of cardstock. It's not folded like the way we make normal cards. But that's okay, because that now becomes a card mat. The only difference with these envelopes is that they are a little smaller. The envelopes are the cards are 4 by 5.5, and the envelopes are 4 1/4 by 5.62 inches, meaning that I have to trim my card down to 4. You know, normally it's 4 1/4 by 5.5. The 5.5 fits, but I have to cut this to 4. That's not a real big deal, because I'm still getting 200 envelopes for $2, which is not bad. Plus I'm getting 200 pieces of this. You know, so I'm getting 200 envelopes and 200 of these for $2, which, you know, I bought them all. I'm a crazy person, and I want to go back and get more stuff. I did find some 12 by 12 glitter paper. They had red and green. I bottomed out all of the red, and then I picked green to make up 15 sheets, because that was also buy 3 get 12 free. So I couldn't resist. That's what I did yesterday. They also had these. I'll show you these. In pink and in blue. They're bling sheets, and you can cut them apart. They were 12 for $1.20, so they ended up being 10 cents a piece. So I picked 6 of each up, because you know how I am with bling. If you've seen any of my videos, you know. And why did I only get 12? I don't know, because I'm crazy. I was hungry. When I'm hungry, the craft brain has to suffer a little bit. The stomach brain comes first. Okay, so anyway, I took out of my pack, I took a green envelope and a matching green mat, and a red envelope and a matching red mat. And I have my 2 card bases, and I already cut them down. I cut 1/4 inch off, so I have 4 by 5.5. And just saying, I bought a pack of envelopes for I think $10 for 50 of them from Amazon, and they were a real name brand envelope, you know. And they were only, I had to cut all my cards down to 4 anyway. So be careful when you're buying any kind of envelopes. Look at the size. But for what we do, it's not really going to matter. Okay, so back to the rest of my stuff here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and start with the red one. And I'll set the green one aside. I'm going to set the ribbon aside, because I think I'm going to use that for the green one. All right. I have this cardstock because I think this cardstock goes better with this Santa than this red. I think that red is too muted for the Santa. So I'm probably not going to use this, but I'm going to go ahead and use this construction paper. Actually, no, I'm talking the wrong way. That is for this card. Forget I said that. I'm going to move that away. All right, so I have this, and I have these scraps and this. And I thought I could do something with this and these scraps, like maybe like this. And I thought I would leave the white background rather than put it on red or green, because I don't want to compete with what's in the image, and I don't want to have to mat more. I thought this scrap fits perfectly, and I have him there. So I wasn't sure if I would use this, because it does match, but I don't know that I really love that. I'm not sure that I even like that. I thought this would be good for the inside, because that definitely does match. I wonder if they ended up being from the same card to begin with. So then I have some of these stickers, And I could look and see, I've got Happy Holidays. I don't know that I really like that. But I thought some of these presents would look good at the bottom because I need to fill in this hole here. And I thought if I put some of the presents down here, it would fill in that hole because it's under the tree and that's where presents go. And that ho 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 I thought would look cute like right up above the Santa. So let's assemble this so far and we'll go from there. Make sure I have my card opening the right way. And I'll go ahead and put this down. I hope this doesn't show, the writing on this doesn't show through. And there's a little funny white spot on here, so I want to put that over here so I cover it up with Santa. Okay, so Santa's going to kind of cover that blemish up. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put him. I might even want to put him up on some foam. And I'll go ahead and open these. You know, any of you know me, which you might not know me, I don't like to open things and use them. I hoard them. Valerie, my BFF, will tell you that I hoard them. I'm opening this pack. If you know me, you'd be so proud of me because I'm actually going to use the stickers and not hoard them. Okay, so then I think that ho 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 would go good. I think they're three separate words, so I could lift it up. And I've got like this. Yeah. All right, let me get my foam tape and my scissors. My little cutter bee scissors. I love, 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 love these scissors. And no, I'm not sponsored in any way by anybody. If Cutterbee wants to sponsor me, that would be great. Oh, and by the way, speaking of sponsoring, because I don't have nearly enough viewers to sponsor anything yet, but I'm almost to 100 subscribers. So when I get to 100, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So please share the video and tell your friends, and go ahead and click the subscribe button if you haven't already. One of the requirements will be that you are a subscriber anyway. If you have any friends that you think might enjoy any of my videos, please share and ask them to subscribe, and that way we'll get that much quicker to the giveaway. All right, there we go. It's kind of like a bribe to get you guys to subscribe. Now there's some presents with red and some presents that do not have red. I don't want to put the red presents on the red background. So I'll put this here. I'm just barely going to set it there just in case I want to move it around. Yeah. Okay. What do you think of that? I think I kind of like it. I'm going to push them down. And let's go with the ho ho ho. I'm going to go backwards. Maybe I'll put them all on there. I don't know. Ho, ho. All right, let's do that. And this tree has a star on the top, and look at this. We have a couple of these little stars. I will put this star on that tree. Kind of matches because they have a little bit of glitter on them. So there we go. We have that. And I will put this on the inside. And I don't know if it needs a mat or not since it's already on the white. Maybe I'll put it on this. or I could put it on this and cut it out since it'll match the front. So let's do that. Okay. I did film a video when I used these to make other cards. However, there was technical issues with that video and I can't use it, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out. So it's not like I was cheating on you making cards without filming, although it may seem like I was, but I promise I didn't intend to cheat on you. I can even go get those cards and show you those cards at the end of the video. I have them set aside. Okay. So we have that for the inside. I like it. There we go. Perfect. Now for this, I thought this red construction paper was the right color to mat this on. And I also thought this green looked really, really good with this. So here's what I will do. Oh, also I want to show you when I store my cards. I fold the flap backwards and I put the back in like this, and that's how I store my cards. That way the envelope's there and I can easily see what it is. And I always try to have an envelope for each card ahead of time. That way I'm not scrambling when I go to send the card. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to have to cut this mat down to fit on the card. So the card is 4, so I need to cut the mat down to 3 3/4. I'm trying to think if I want to do 3 3/4. Yeah. I can't measure that way on that. See, that's too little. 5 1/4. I have to get my bigger guy out here to measure it. I love this little paper cutter, but I think it makes kind of a funny edge onto the paper. I'm used to the guillotines that cut it a little bit better. Alright, so we have that. And then I have that, which I will mat on this red. And I thought this kind of looked neat because it had snowflakes. And I thought it would match the card pretty well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger than I need it. And these are my nice sharp Fiskars scissors that I use for cloth. I use them for paper too, but I don't know how long they'll last because I'm using them for paper. And this ribbon is wired, so I'm going to pull the pieces of wire out. And before I do anything else to this card, I want to adhere the ribbon to the back so I could fold it over. And there is a front and back to this ribbon. You can tell by the silver is on the front, and then the back does not have it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it does make a difference. So I'm going to run some adhesive right along the bottom there. And then kind of right along the top. I'm guessing with my eyes that way. That is close enough. All right, and then for the back, I do my little trick where I started on the paper and I come off to the edge of the ribbon, and I do that in a couple of places because I really want to fold this over and have it stick down really, really well. And then I'll do it to the other side. There's no rhyme or reason to why I do that. I've just always done it that way. And I think it helps the back adhere because then you have 2 layers of tape. And then I can go ahead and place this down. And with the ribbon being towards the very edge of the ribbon, you can't really, or I mean the tape, you can't really see the tape line in there. If it was all like all over the place, you might see it. But since it's just one line right at the edge, it doesn't really show. And I always like to put tape on the ribbon and then on the paper that's on the other side of the ribbon, just to make sure the paper gets a really good adhesion and it holds that ribbon down. All right, and I'll just map this on there. Okay. Then we'll put this on some red cardstock, or in this case it is construction paper. I got a huge pack of this construction paper for $1.65, and it's all in this color red, and I think it is such a perfect Christmas color. I am so happy for this red. And since it's construction paper, you can see the fibers of the paper, and I think it just adds a little bit of interest and texture to what I'm doing. Okay, so I will be cutting this. I will line it up in my paper trimmer and just eyeball about the same size of a border, and I'll do that on this side as well. There we go. And that cuts really easy on this, and it doesn't leave a funny mark like it does on cardstock. I like it, but I saw something, one of these packs of stickers, this one, that I thought would be perfect. This snowflake matches up with the center of that so perfectly. I could not resist. So I decided that that's what I had to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I have to kind of be careful, make sure I'm lining it up right. There. And that just adds a little bit of coolness to the inside. Just a little bit of a dimension. And then I thought, I think this one, I thought, see, that's like that looks like the top of a bow. And I think there was supposed to be something there. But I thought I would put that over it. And then there's this little red piece up here, so maybe I'll put another one up there to cover that red piece. And I think I'm going to let it hang over the edge of the piece a little bit. There we go. And then I will use my foam and stick this on there. This foam I get at the Dollar Tree. Comes in these rolls for $1, which I think it's great. And I like it because it's not very thick and it's good for cards, because if it's too thick, it's harder to send your cards in the mail. This is a bigger square, so I'm going to put a couple pieces in the middle, just so it doesn't, you know, cave in. And I will take these off. And the backing comes off pretty easily. There. So there we go. That's kind of a fun snowflake card. And I'll put it in my little doohickey envelope. Actually, what I would do on this one is put a sentiment on the inside and stamp the back with my name before I put it in the envelope, but that's how I store my cards. I have this little piece left over, and I thought I could make a tag with it. Okay, I think I'll do it that way. So I want to cut this up. Maybe I'll make it 2 inches wide. And we'll get my little, this is my little corner chomper that chomps the corners of a tag. I'm going to use the large angle side. This is by We Are Memory Keepers. Love their products. Oh, there we go. And you use it like you use a corner rounder, except it just chomps a piece off like that. All right. And then I will put this, I think I'll line this up with kind of that corner edge there, I think. And put that a little off center. Okay. Maybe not quite with the edge like that. I'm gonna kind of do it just like that. And then I will take my scissors and come in the back and just eyeball it and trim that off. There's tape on there, so it's gonna stick to my scissors. And then I will put that on there, and let's see, I have a To From stamp, and I will stamp the back with To From. I have my VersaFine. I'll try not to smear it like I did last time, but I want to do it before I put that on. There. Now I'm not going to touch that for a minute. I will be really careful. I will make a hole in the top. And I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape on the back of this. just to raise it up. This VersaFine ink is it takes a few seconds to dry. It does not dry right away. Okay, I'm going to kind of leave it up like that so it will dry. Let me grab my ribbons and we'll pick out a ribbon. Okay, I have my ribbons. And I want to pick one. I just grabbed one that has thinner pieces of ribbon. I thought maybe a green would be good since the back is red. So maybe I'll just use that green. Let's see if I have a muted green. I don't think so. I didn't plan ahead for the tag, so I don't have all my ribbons available. But I'll use this green. Fold it in half, put it through, I'm being careful not to touch the back where that stamp is. There we go. So we have a tag, and it says to from on the back, and it would coordinate with either one of these cards. I would probably keep it with this one since it has that red. Now while I was grabbing the ribbon, I went ahead and grabbed those cards that I made when you weren't looking. I had these 2 Christmas cards that looked like this, and this is the shape of them. So what I did was I cut a card base that was 5 by 7, which matched the card. This was the back of the card, and I just cut the back off, flipped it over, and used that on the top. I used the curved piece of this card and matted the inside on that. And I added some bling here. On this one, I cut the back completely off. I cut a piece of red cardstock. Well, I happen to have one that was just about exactly this size, and I just had to cut a sliver off. I folded a little piece there and adhered it to the front of the card, and then I just used some green glitter tape. And then I put the same green tape there so it matched. So that one looks a little bit different, but I thought it was really kind of cool. And I already stamped my name on the back. It's a little stamp I have. It says, handmade especially for you by Ria, which is me. So there we go. I had those 2, so I didn't really mean to cheat on you and make cards when you weren't watching, but it was a little bit of a technical issue. So here are the 2 cards that we made today and the tag. I love making these card and tag sets when there's a little piece left over because I think it's just a really cool thing. And if you're sending the card to someone and you're not giving them a gift, if you're just sending it across the miles or whatever, the tag will go right in there and you can send it for the regular postage. So it's kind of like a little extra gift you're giving them, which is kind of neat. All right, well, there you go. Thanks again for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. You guys take care and get crafting. Bye.